Hey, Ari here, leader of the race mixing revolution. I wanted to make a video to tell you about the intrinsic value of change. Change is this thing where things become a different thing than they were before. One thing becomes something that is just a little bit different and has been changed. Human beings are one of the biggest changes to natural life because of our ability to manipulate information, manipulate things, being able to pick something up and just put it next to something else, take a look at it and then poke at it, put one thing on top of another, and really just understand how things work in between each other. We can change ourselves, we can change the outside world, and a lot of the times we just do this instinctually. We just think change is valuable. That's what I mean when it has some intrinsic value, is that we sometimes don't even have to convince ourselves of why should I change this thing or why shouldn't I change this thing, etc. We just know change is good. Change in itself is valuable. Whether it's positive value or negative value, whether it's valuable to the good guys or the bad guys, all these other extensions of right and wrong are something that we sometimes experiment with and we have to learn over time. But change in itself is valuable. It's a very important thing to change. And how much should we change? The more change, the better? Because if we wanted to change things, we could change it a lot. If we wanted to snap our fingers and just everything light on fire, how much change would that be? That's a good question. How much change is in destruction? How much change is in creation? What is the true quality of that change? If we actually lit everything on fire and all of it burnt to the ground, sure, it would be changed, but would the quality of the change be valuable? Not really. Not really. It would just go from very, very important systems and everything that we have going for us and has these goals and everything behind it to just rubble. So the value of that change is not very much. Which is obviously destruction has a lot of different kinds of value to it, and what needs to be destroyed, what needs to be preserved. That is a big part of our idea of change as well. Because our ability to preserve things and keep things the way they are, the sameness of things, is also important. It's important to settle. It's important to just be comfortable and secure. So how do we find the balance between being secure, comfortable, being the same as we were yesterday, the day before, to having change, valuable change? I hope that we can answer this in the race mixing revolution. I hope the revolution gives us different avenues, different opportunities, and valuable quality change. Let's develop a taste for change. The same way we have a taste for many other things in our lives, taste for material objects, taste for social conventions and conversations and these kind of things. Let's have a taste for change. Let's develop that taste a little bit and try to get used to the fact that things are going to change. There are many phases in human life, sometimes phases, very lengthy phases, where not much will change. Some things will change, some things won't change at all. And so this is something we need to prepare ourselves for mentally. If we can mentally prepare ourselves for it, if we can create conversations, if we can see where it can go, if our instincts are strong around that change, I know that we'll be making the right decisions. That's something we have to trust each other for. That's something we need to have faith in. That's something you actually have to say, I believe in you. You have to show, I believe in you. I believe in this. And I hope you believe in the race mixing revolution. I hope you believe in ending racism in this way. I hope you believe that racism is actually a problem that needs to be changed, which it is. In hindsight, we will be able to say so much more for how racism was affecting us and what kind of things were going bad at this time and how much lower our quality of life was than it will be in the future because of racism. I hope you can imagine that. You have a strong sense of imagination. A very strong sense of imagination. And if you flex it, if you feed into it, if you give it the energy and the resources and the words like these of mine that it needs to grow, I know you can imagine a world where we could be completely different races, completely free from racism, and our judgments of each other would change, and it would translate to our judgments of the reality and the world and every industry and every field of science and everything we believe in, every piece of culture, and we can develop it more and we can change it for the better. It's time for change. I appreciate the settling. I appreciate the traditions. I appreciate balance. More than anything, I appreciate balance. It's a beautiful thing, balance. So let's find a balance. Right now, we need change as part of that balance. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hey, thanks for watching my video. Please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. I got a lot more videos coming out in the future. Please share my video, copy the link, send it to some people, share it on social media. Please support me on Patreon. As little as $1 a month, you can help me in these very critical early phases of the revolution, help me build it from the ground up. Please remember my words and take them with you into the future. And thanks for watching again. I'll see you next time.